So make your way back to your mat and just make yourself comfortable as we begin. I'm just gonna and just rest in Shavasana. I'm going to ring my bowl to signal the beginning of our class. So as you begin to let go of your day, just settle your body onto your mat, knowing that you're fully supported by the earth and by the mat, so you can let go of what came before this moment and what will come after. And just take a nice deep cleansing breath as we begin through the nose and through the mouth. As you exhale, settling your shoulders, settling your back body, letting go, releasing, letting go of any worries or concerns you may have, leaving them, perhaps leaving them in an imaginary basket outside your door so that you can be fully present and just begin to turn to your breath, noticing the inhalation, perhaps cool air as you breathe in, and maybe you'll notice warm air as you exhale. So just notice the breath, follow it all the way in and all the way out. And just stay with the breath for a few rounds. On each exhalation, allow yourself to sink a little deeper into your mat. You may consider coming to your home base that we've talked about, what resonates with you, perhaps counting on your inhales and exhales, counting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, counting out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you might mentally say to yourself, I inhale. As you're inhaling, I exhale. As you exhale. Another option is to put one hand on the heart center and one hand on the belly, if you'd like, and rest the elbows on the earth so that you're not having to hold them up as you're resting in Shavasana, and just feel the rise and fall of your chest. That's another option. Or you can simply, if you're comfortable, just follow the breath with your mind, just noticing the gentle inhalation and exhalation. The body knows how to breathe. And if your mind begins to wander, as soon as you notice, just allow the thoughts to be there and then bring yourself back to the breath. I inhale, I exhale. So our focus this morning is going to be on connecting to the body. So we'll bring our attention to the body as we move through our practice, connecting to our breath which we always want to do. Our breath can bring us to a nice, calm, relaxed state. And connecting, feeling the body connecting to the earth and connecting with one another. So connections help us feel comfortable, grounded. And so we'll just make a mental note as we're moving through our practice this morning, just noticing how our body feels. So connecting to our body and having awareness to how we're feeling without judgment. So as we begin, we'll come into our full body stretch. And your choice, whether you stretch out with tension or if you just gently float your arms up overhead and just notice how you're feeling. Notice how, the arms and hands are feeling, the shoulders. Notice that if there's any tension in your forehead or in your facial muscles or in your jaw. Move down your body and notice if there's tension in the chest or in the belly. Notice how your hips are feeling, how the legs are feeling, and how the feet and toes, how everything is feeling today. So just scan your body and make note as we begin. And if there is an area that you notice is really bothering you even as we begin, be gentle with that place and use your breath to help relax any tension. So let's take a nice deep inhalation through our nose and out through our mouth as we release to the mat. And then stretch out through the fingertips, down through the arms, down through the torso and out through the toes. Just a gentle stretch. And release to the mat. And do that again, stretching out through your fingertips, down through your body, out through your toes. And let the breath continue to flow. Release arms and legs, be nice and loose. We're going to interlace our fingers, lift our head, and just bring our hands behind our back, behind our head. So the elbows are out wide, and we'll walk the feet to the left. So we'll walk them off the mat, lift the head and shoulders, and bring them to the left off the mat. So we're creating like a backwards C or like a banana shape. And just breathe into the right side body. And if you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can cross your right ankle on top of your left. And just take a couple of breaths here, breathing into the right side. On your exhales, let go. And then uncross the ankles and walk them back to center. Lift the head and shoulders, bring the head and shoulders back to center. And then we'll take the feet to the right. So walk them off the mat, lift the head and shoulders up and bring them over to the right. And we've created space in the left side body now. So take 3 nice deep inhalations and exhalations here, opening up that left side. And on your exhalations, release to the mat. Notice if you're gripping any place. If you took the ankle on top of the ankle on the other side, do the same on this side. So left ankle on top of right if you did so a second ago. Return the head and shoulders to center. Uncross the ankles, return them to center. Undo, unclasp the hands and float them down by your sides. Bend your legs and place the soles of your feet as wide as your mat. So left foot on the left side of the mat, right foot on the right side of the mat. Just settle the back body in and just inhale. And on your exhale, allow your left knee to drop to the midline. Inhale it up and drop the right knee to the midline. So we'll just alternate our knees, dropping to the center midline, using our breath. So exhale the knee as it drops to the midline and inhale it up. So just alternate left knee, right knee, and just be gentle as we begin. Feel the back body connected to the earth. Feel the connection to your breath as you use your breath to exhale down and inhale up. Notice if you're gripping in your jaw or in your shoulders, and allow yourself to release and let go. And the next time your knees come up to center, just bring them to stillness. Relax into your mat, and then take your left ankle on top of your right thigh and flex that left foot. And then we'll take our left hand and bring it through the space we've created, and you can lift that right foot off the mat as you clasp behind your right thigh. And so we'll use our breath to draw our right thigh in. We're not tugging or pulling too much. We're just using the right thigh to help us move the thigh in rather than pulling on the thigh, if that makes sense. And we're opening up the left hip, so only go as far as is comfortable, but feel a little bit of tension in that left hip. Relax the shoulders, relax the facial muscles, connect to the breath as you draw the right thigh towards you on your exhales. Just tiny little millimeters of movement. Try flexing both feet. See how that feels. And then release that right foot to the mat. Uncross the left ankle and take the right ankle on the left thigh this time. Take the right hand, bring it through that space you've created with your right leg. Lift the left foot off the mat and hold behind the left thigh. And open up the right hip. Use the breath to draw that left thigh towards you without creating tension in your face or in your neck or in your shoulders. So allow the left thigh to do some of the work. Drawing in on the exhale. Flexing both feet. Check in with your shoulders and allow your shoulders to be relaxed. And then release the left foot to the mat, uncross the legs, And bring the feet into the air and hug the knees to your chest. Rock from side to side. And then place your hands on your kneecaps and just make some small circles on the ceiling with your knees. Go one way and eventually reverse your direction with your small circles and go the other way. Continue to allow the breath to flow. Find your connection to your breath. Often we hold our breath and we don't realize we're doing it. And bring the feet back to the mat. We'll send the right leg out long. We'll bring the left knee towards our chest, and we're going to send the left foot up towards the ceiling and hold on behind the left thigh. So you can either have your right leg out long or you can bend your right leg. So I think I'll bend my right leg and place the sole of my right foot on the mat. And so we're just holding behind our thigh, and we're again using our breath and drawing that left thigh towards us. We'll flex that left foot. And so you can hold behind the thigh, or you can even reach up and hold behind the left calf. Or if you're really flexible, you can hold on to the left toe. But just find what's comfortable for you. So just flexing that left foot and just drawing the leg a little closer to the chest on your exhales. Relax your shoulders, relax your facial muscles. Release that left foot to the mat, and then bring the right knee in towards the chest and send the right foot up towards the ceiling. Flex the right foot and hold behind the thigh or the calf. And just use your breath again to draw the right thigh towards your chest without tugging or pulling. Relaxing your shoulders and your facial muscles. And we're just being very gentle here. And then release that right foot to the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together and float the arms up overhead. And perhaps close your eyes for a moment. Take a nice deep inhale and a nice big exhale. Do that again. Deep inhale, nice big exhale. Floating your arms down, closing your knees like a book. So take your hands to the outside of your thighs and close the knees. Now we'll turn to our side to push ourselves up. We're just going to turn to our sides, push ourselves up, and then we're going to come to our bellies. So I suppose you could have just rolled over, but I'm going in the opposite direction. So just come to your belly and bring your hands to either side of your face. So one hand on the left side, one hand on the right side. As you bring your forehead down to the mat, notice your shoulders and walk them, bring them away from your ears. And we're going to come into Sphinx. So we'll bring our elbows in close to our body. And on an inhale, we'll press into the pubic bone and into the tops of the feet and come up to rest on our shoulders, on our elbows, I mean. So notice where your shoulders are, away from your ears. And so let's just take 2 or 3 inhales and exhales, feeling our belly pressing into the mat on the inhale, and on the exhale, feel the belly soften. So relax into this pose. We're really supporting ourselves with our elbows, but we want to keep our shoulders away from our ears. So another nice breath here. And the next time you exhale, release down to the mat and bring your forearms so that they are stacked on each other, and rest your forehead down on your mat. Send your legs out wide with the toes pointing towards the edges of your mat, the opposite edges for crocodile. And again, just notice the connectedness of your body to the earth and to your breath. So on the inhalation, feel your belly press into the earth. And on the exhalation, feel your belly soften, feel the body relax. A very calming, relaxing posture. So just take a few more rounds of breath and allow yourself to completely release. We'll take our hands under our shoulders now, curl our toes under, and push ourselves up. Bring our knees underneath our hips. Spread our knees wide, bring our big toes together, and we'll sit back on our heels for extended childs. So you can walk your hands up over your head as you release your forehead to the mat. And if the shoulders are uncomfortable, you can bring the hands a little closer towards your head, so not as extended. And again, just release in this posture. Just allow your breath to fill your belly on your inhalation, and on the exhale, feel the belly soften. So take a couple of rounds of breath here. And then we'll bring our hands back towards our face as we push ourselves up. Bring our knees together. And if you'd like, you can try curling your toes under and sitting back towards your heels. So just get a little stretch in our toes that we often forget about. If it's not comfortable, of course, don't do it, and come off at any time. So we'll come to table now. So our wrists underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips, and we'll come into a nice cat-cow here. So inhale as you drop your belly, send the heart forward or gazing up. And then exhale, bring your belly button towards your spine, pushing the floor away from you, rounding your back for cat. Drop the belly on the inhale, sending the heart forward. widen through the collarbones. And then exhale, belly button to spine. Push the floor away from you as you round your back. And continue with this for a couple of more rounds at your own pace. Using your breath, so connecting with your breath, feeling your connection to the earth. Feel your hands press into the earth, feel your knees on the earth. And then come to a neutral table. So look down at your hands and spread the fingers nice and wide. Curl your toes under and send your hips up towards the sky for down dog. So you can walk your dog by alternating, bending your knees. And press the backs of your calves and thighs towards the short end of the mat, towards the back of the mat. And allow your head to rest between the arms. And if this bothers your wrists, you can come down to your knees. And we'll just take a couple of rounds of breath here. Feel your connection to the earth. Feel the strength in your body. And then bring yourself forward to plank, and you can come down to half plank. So come onto your knees if you'd like, and you want to keep a nice straight spine. So half plank would look like this. Full plank like this. Pressing in to the back of all 10 knuckles. Press into the heels. And then come back to down dog. And then we're going to walk our hands towards our feet this time, so that we're in a forward fold. Hold on to your elbows, bend the knees generously, and swing from side to side, releasing the lower back. And then come to stillness. Place the hands on the front of your calves and come up to a flat half forward fold. Exhale, bend the knees a little bit, and then slowly roll up with your head and shoulders being the last thing to come up straight. Okay, so we're going to bring our hands behind our back and interlace our fingers and squeeze, I'll turn this way, and squeeze our shoulder blades together to open our chest. So just feel that nice opening, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Keep the breath flowing. And then release. Shake it out. So we're going to come to a little balance, and you can use the wall too if you, or a chair. So we're going to come to a little quad stretch here. So we'll bring the weight of our body onto the right foot. And sometimes I've even said, come down and spread your toes so you have a nice base. So the weight of the body on the right foot. And then we're just going to bring the left foot up and reach for the foot. And I think I'll turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing here. So we want to bring the left knee back in line with the right knee. So I'm standing up nice and tall, and I'm squeezing my glutes, and I'm squeezing my quads also. And my knee, both knees are close together. So my foot is not, my leg is not splayed out. So maybe I'll turn this way again. So, you know, so knees are right next to each other, squeezing the glutes and squeezing the quads. Just a little balance. Standing up nice and tall. Keeping the breath going. Use a wall or use a chair if need be. You definitely still get the benefits. And then release. And then we'll bring the weight of the body onto the left leg and do the same thing, reaching back for our right foot, and bring the right knee in line with the left knee. Stand up nice and tall, squeeze the glutes and squeeze the quads. Keep the breath flowing. So a little stretch here for our quads, a little balance. Oftentimes one side is easier than the other. And when you're ready, release. Good job. Balance is always a little bit of a challenge. Okay, we're going to come into a high crescent lunge now. So we'll bring our right foot so that the toes are pointing towards the short end of the mat. We'll bring the left foot back and the toes are also pointing towards the left side of the mat. I mean the short side of the mat, sorry. So we're going to come up onto our back toes. On an inhale, we'll inhale the arms up towards the sky, or you can bring them to the hips. And then on an exhale, bend the front knee, keeping that front knee right above the ankle. So crescent lunge. Again, a little bit of a balance. And we're going to come into Warrior Two, and I am going to be, my back is going to be facing towards you. Sorry about that. Okay, so we'll cross our hands over our heart, and then we'll turn our torso towards the long end of the mat, and the left foot is going to turn parallel to the short end of the mat, and we'll bring our arms out so that they're parallel. And we're gazing out over that middle front finger. I think I'll just turn around so I'm facing you. Okay, so Warrior Two. So nice and strong. So we're pressing into the big toe of the front foot, the knife edge of the back foot. Our shoulders are not near our ears. They're relaxed away from our ears. Extend through the fingertips. Feel the connection to the earth. Feel strong in this pose. Keep the breath flowing. Keep the torso centered. You know, find your center. So we don't want to be leaning forward. We don't want to be leaning back. We want to be sinking into our center. Find connectedness. And we'll float the arms down, straighten the front leg, turn the feet parallel, and we'll take it to the other side. So we're going to turn both feet so that they're facing the short end of the mat, left foot forward, back foot, the toes are facing the short end of the mat. So we'll curl the back toes, come up onto the back toes, and inhale the arms up to the sky or bring them to the hips, and exhale and bend the front knee. Relax the shoulders. So we're on the back toes, we're up on the back toes. And if this isn't comfortable, or if your balance is a little off, you know, you don't need to be on your toes. You can bring your back foot down to the mat. So building strength in our legs, in our quads, and getting a little stretch in our toes here too. Now cross the hands over the chest, turn the torso towards So it's facing the long end of the mat. Back foot is naturally going to come parallel to the short end of the mat, to the back mat. Extend the arms out, bend a little bit more into that front knee, again for warrior two. So gaze out of that middle front finger, extend the fingertips away from each other, relax your shoulders, feel the strength in your legs, feel the connectedness to the earth. So feel that front big toe pressing into the earth and the knife edge of the back foot. Feel the connection to the earth. See if you can relax and find your center. And then float the arms down, straighten the front leg as you turn the feet parallel. And we'll heel toe our feet together, hip width apart, or you can bring your feet so that they're right next to each other. And then we'll inhale our arms up. We'll make a steeple with our fingers so that our index fingers are pointing. Our other fingers are interlaced. On the exhale, we'll bend over to the right, send the hip out to the left. Feel the stretch on the left side body. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, send the right hip out. Feel the stretch in the right side body. Inhale to center, we'll do that again. Exhale, send the left hip out. Really feel that nice stretch down the left side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Feel the stretch on the right side body. Really extend the arms away from you. Inhale to center. Turn the palms so that they're facing away from each other as you swan dive forward. You can bend the knees a little bit. Hold on to the elbows and sway from side to side. Shaking, come to stillness and then shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Just releases the neck muscles a little bit. Bring your hands down to the mat on either side of your feet. Come down to your knees and we'll come down to our backs. We'll bring our knees into the air as we hug them to our chest and rock from side to side. And if you'd like, you can bring your hands underneath your sacrum and send your feet so that the soles of your feet are towards the sky for waterfall. Use your breath to release into your mat. Feel the connectedness. And as you're ready, bring the soles of your feet to the mat, and you can allow the knees to support each other, or you can bring the legs out long in Shavasana. Take the palms so that they're facing the sky and bring the arms away from the body so you can feel the shoulders release to the mat, and you can feel the length of the spine. And just take a nice deep breath here. In through the nose and out through the mouth as you completely release. And return to your breath, just noticing the gentle inhalation and exhalation. And just, if you haven't already, just if you'd like, close your eyes and just thank yourself for taking this time to connect with one another, to connect with the earth, to connect with your body, to connect with your breath. And just be completely relaxed as you watch the breath come in and go out. Just going to ring my bowl here. And I'm going to bring my hands to my heart center. I invite you to do the same if you'd like. And may you feel the connectedness you have to those around you, to the earth, and enjoy that connectedness as you move through your day. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.